Damn, I can't believe the Infernal didn't choke.
I wish they did, man. It was so close.
I mean, was it really that close? I don't know. I don't think Fuel win that in any universe.
I mean, I'm sure there's a universe that Fuel won in. Anything could happen in infinite universes, right?
Meanwhile, in the universe where Fuel won.
Ha! I told you the Fuel would win.
Yeah, whatever. Infernal came second. What's new? It's all standard.
Meanwhile, in the universe where Fuel fans speak Spanish.
Vamos, que somos rotísimos, que nadie nos puede parar, es que ni eso pringao del Infernal ni nadie.
Huh?
Meanwhile, in the universe where the NYXL qualified.
I told you guys, we're the best. But oh no, you guys didn't believe me. But look at us now. Where is your stinky, combustible team? Not here, unlike NYXL, who made it to mid-season madness. Suck it. Overwatch this week, boys.
We're never gonna hear the end of this, are we?
Nope.
Meanwhile, in a universe where Overwatch never existed.
Man, I'm sure glad I used my autism hyperfixations on my career and didn't get stuck on some video game or something, especially not a team class shooter with a bunch of different heroes and roles to choose from. That would have been horrible. I never would have cured cancer and got happily married with 3 kids.
Meanwhile, in our universe.
No point dilly-dallying over it now. Wanna queue up?
Probably not. I've dropped a bit.
Huh? You couldn't have dropped that hard, right? I mean, they haven't even nerfed Queen yet. Oh my goodness, you're gold!
Greetings one and all, and welcome to Overwatch This Week, your one-stop shop for all the Overwatch news of the week. So, what's been going on in the community? Well, to start, Aaron Keller released his director's take recently, detailing prospective balance updates for Season 5, including a big nerf for Widowmaker's damage potential, with her fall-offs now starting at 40 meters and ending at 60 meters, where previously it would start at 70 and end at 100, meaning that from 50 meters onwards, a fully charged headshot will no longer result in a killing blow to a 200 HP target. Continuing the theme of nerfing one-shots, Hanzo will be having his damage reduced so that he's no longer able to one-shot 250 HP heroes, and Sonic Arrow will become more recognizable to try to reduce seemingly random headshot kills. Junker Queen will also be receiving a slight nerf to her commanding shout overhealth, as it gets reduced from 200 to 150 in an effort to reduce her overall survivability. Lifeweaver is set to see a litany of buffs, including a hitbox reduction and an overall numbers buff to his healing and damage output. Aside from the big stuff, Aaron also spoke of plans to gradually increase the amount of soft CC in the game, talking about changes to Cassidy's magnetic grenade, which would make it deal less damage but also apply its slow and block movement abilities, and to May's endothermic blaster, which he said would, quote, feel very familiar to the way her old weapon worked.
Well, we've had a good run, lads, but now it's time for the kill tank meta.
And now, on to the biggest news of the week, Tracer will be getting a mythic skin in Season 5. This high fantasy themed skin will also debut a new method of unlocking a mythic. Instead of having to wait until tier 80, the skin will now unlock at tier 45, and players will unlock new stages for the skin at tiers 65 and 80, similar to how max tier Battle Pass or mythic skins work in other games like Apex or Fortnite.
And now it's time for the wackiest part of your week. Wins, woes, or whimsy.
Oh, Marcy's about to commit suicide. No! I saved her!
Thank you for watching Whims, Woes, or Whimsy.
On to Al news this week, and first things first, we have some massive news.
New drops are coming for the mid-season madness. Now let's check them out. For 2 hours watched, you get a name card. For 4 hours, you get the Hammered Sunbeast spray. For 6 hours, you get the Ramatra Overwatch League skin, home and away included. And for 8 hours, you get the Diva Kimchi Slap Spray. And as constant rewards, you will get 5 tokens every hour and a Battle Pass level every 2 hours. Now onto games this week. And this week saw the end of the West and East qualifier knockouts. Starting in the West, covering the upper bracket first, Glad started off by 3-0ing the Mayhem, and Boston taking a 3-2 win over Washington. This led to the first qualifying match between the Glads and the Uprising, with Boston winning 3-0, qualifying for the finals in Korea. Down in the lower bracket, it started off with the Shock clutching a 3-2 versus Titans using their one clutch for the stage, then the NYXL slapped up the Defiant 3-1 despite the fact that both teams were trying their hardest to throw and lose. Lower bracket round 2 started with Shock trying to Orisa the Mayhem and failing miserably, falling 3-1. Following up from that, Justice hit the salty runback on the NYXL, sweeping them 3-0. And the last day of the West knockout started with Mayhem beating Justice 3-1, setting themselves up with a rematch with the Glads, and oh boy, it was a banger.
An actual Game of the Season contender, truly a great display of Overwatch ability, with Mayhem taking the game in a 3-2 banger. Over in the East, Bracket A saw Dreamers continuing their dream run, beating Charge 3-1 in the lower bracket finals, advancing them to the A bracket grand finals versus the Hangzhou Spark. That they lost, convincingly. A 4-0 win for the Spark earned them their spot in the Mid-Season Madness finals. In Bracket B, the Fuel beat O2 Blast 3-1 in the lower bracket finals, finally setting themselves up for a rematch versus the Soul Infernal. That they lost, in a very convincing 4-0, meaning that Infernal qualify for the Mid-Season Madness. Oh, we have an editor's note here. Let's see, Krabby says, why does the West get 4 slots in MSM and the East 2, despite the same amount of teams competing for spots in each region with the addition of Tendies teams in East? I don't know, sounds like a salty Fuel fan to me. You know what, let's not check in our resident Dallas Fuel fan this week. I don't want the children to hear what Krabby might say. Speaking of contenders teams competing in OWL, Sean Miller confirmed that the top 4 contenders teams from these playoffs will compete with the OWL teams in the next tournament qualifier, those teams being O2 Blast, Panthera, Dreamers, and Pokerface. With all the knockout matches finally concluded, this is what the bracket looks like for the Mid-Season Madness. Oh boy, is it spicy.
And now for a blast from the past, Tuesday News Day.
In Arena 51 news, we'd like to announce our upcoming GOATS tournament. Held on the 24th and 25th of June, this blast from the past will be as accurate to Overwatch 1 GOATS as possible thanks to a code we borrowed from our friends at CGL. The tournament is OpenSR, features a $150 prize pool, and the link to the sign-ups can be found in the description. Our Discord now has a new Pride channel, where Proxy will be posting about the different queer communities, flags, memes, and more. We'd also like to announce our new Political segment, wherein we will poll the community on hot-button issues such as our current poll. What is more annoying, Protection Suzu or Life Grip? Results will be shared in the next week, along with our next poll, so please, stay tuned.
That's all for Tuesday News Day, folks.
And now it's time for Clips of the Week, where you guys send your clips in the A51 Clips channel, and we feature the best ones. This week, we have 3 clips! Woohoo! In third, we have Ozone turning tracers into an endangered species. In second, we have Jezreel, with some amazing Zenyatta. And in first, we have Krabby. God damn it, he won it again. I could stop this, but this clip is actually really good.
They moved the high ground above us.
I pulled Kiri in. Kiri won.
Go on, Kitty, go on, Kitty. No TP, look at that, nice. I'm on
I
heals.
touch.
Cool.
Tracer.
Down goes another pretender.
Mercy. Oh, nice knife.
Eka.
Oh, he's again!
Can him pick me up?
And that does it for Overwatch this week. Next week, we'll be covering the release of Season 5. What are your thoughts on the new Mythic skin? Let us know in the comments down below. If you want to see us cover Season 5, be sure to hit the subscribe button, slap a like on the video, and you can check out our Arena 51 socials down below. That was all from me, Funky, and your editor, Krabby, and we'll see you all next week.